Hi, everyone. Welcome. DGE April will be joining us very soon. So settle back and we'll be getting started.
Hi, Christine. Joe Muller.
Hi, Joe.
Hi.
Hi, Rock. Hi, Fred. Hi, Jim. Hi, Caleb.
Hi. Hey,
Hey,
Christine.
Thanks for
Christine.
coming. Hello to those of you who have just arrived. April will arrive soon. So get your coffee or alcoholic
Mm.
beverage or whatever ready, and she'll be start. Oh, and there she is. We'll start soon.
Okay.
No,
Hello.
eh, never figure out how to work this thing. There we go.
Oh, I forgot to take off my blanket. Hold on.
Oh, keep it on. I'm gonna go get one for me.
I know. They're really comfy. My sister got it for me for my birthday.
My son sent us two of them for Christmas, but they're
Oh.
so heavy I can't drag it around.
Oh no, it's nice, it's
Oh,
warm.
this thing is like full length. It's taller than me.
Oh no, mine's half length. It's perfect. Christine, you look so nice today.
I'm
So I went for a haircut because I had a haircut at 5:30. They insist on blow drying my hair and fixing it, even though it will never look like this again until the next time I go for a hair.
We'll do blowouts while we're at PELS. How about that?
Yeah, I don't care.
I always have, I carry, you can't tell tonight because I haven't done my hair nice tonight, but I have a
Yeah.
wonderful blowout brush. Works
I
really
mostly
well.
just don't. I just don't care.
I think that's a little discriminatory saying you're going to do blowouts at PELS, April.
But
You
Personally,
can do haircuts too, Charlie.
again, discriminatory. I don't know.
well, New Year, New
how
Year.
about
Don't
I just bring
worry.
a shine brush and we'll give you a nice shine.
Yeah,
There
I've
you
got a
go.
good shoe shine kit.
hmm Well, it's funny. My husband, he is like almost completely bald, but he still insists that I do his haircuts for him. But whatever makes him happy, that's what makes
Uh,
me
I
happy.
have a question, April. Can my
hmm
wife come to the dinner on Friday night?
She can.
Okay.
You can register for, it's $65. I know. I'm just trying to think if registration's still open for Friday night, what we decided, but if she's interested in coming,
She is.
yeah. Would you email me and I'll get you a final answer?
Sure.
But if you don't email me, I'll forget because my brain's going.
Okay.
But yeah, just remind me and we'll get you registered for that. All right. While people pop on, I'm gonna start making my apologies. So, for those that don't know, I work in software and the world blew up today. So I have to work this evening. That's why I keep looking over here because I have my work computer. So I think I'm going to stay online, but I'm just going to make some initial statements and then Christine's going to take over for me. I'm sure you all know Christine. She's our immediate past district governor. So I've sent her tonight's list, but basically this evening we're going to go over what to bring, what to expect, those sorts of things. And Christine is eminently qualified, not only for being past district governor, but also because she is our assistant ambassador chair. Ambassadors at PELS are the people who help everyone get where they need to go and do what they need to do. And they'll be wearing bright yellow vests.
By your phone.
Hi, Brendan. They'll be wearing bright yellow vests and I'm sorry, excuse me. See, work's calling already. And they'll be there to help you throughout the weekend. So when you come in, you will be greeted by not only myself and my classmates, but you'll be greeted by the ambassadors and they will be easily recognizable throughout the weekend. Do we have any other ambassadors on? Is EJ here? No?
EJ's not an ambassador. It's Art.
That's right. I'm sorry, Art. That's right. I'm sorry, getting my classmates mixed up. But anyways, so for those who just joined, welcome. And I was just saying I got called to work tonight. So Christine's going to be helping me out by going over some of the nuts and bolts for PELS next week. But before I have to jump over to my other computer, I want to start by opening up for questions from our last couple sessions for those who were there or those who weren't there who watched the video and maybe had some questions after watching it. So does anyone have any burning questions to begin with? Sue's like, no, I'm ready to go. I'm already packed and I'm going to jump in my car right now and sit outside till it starts. I know
No, I
Natalie's
really
ready.
just want to go take a nap, actually. We've
you will
been
be
having some work done on the house and I'm exhausted.
Oh, that is it. Yeah. Home renovations are not fun.
Okay.
All right. How you doing, Rocky? Good? You look comfy.
I am comfy and home renovations can be fun because I'm a home renovation contractor. So let's just clear the air. Okay. Anybody that hangs out with me has a ball. So
The
I love
bathroom
it.
dude didn't leave for 12 hours. 12. He got here at 8 o'clock in the morning and did not leave until after our last call. He was still here when we were on the phone last week.
that's pushing it a little bit.
Yeah, it was. Get out. Just get out.
I agree. So I just want to say one thing that
Yes.
Christine Burns is without a doubt my favorite past district governor. And April, you have a lot of a long way to catch up to Christine because she so impressed our club when she came and visited. That marker is so high right now. I'm waiting for you to come, April, when you schedule us. But she really talked about Operation Pollination, and it was in a very cramped basement of someone's house, and she so made the best of it. So, Christine, our club still loves you so much. I just wanted you to know that.
Yeah.
That is very generous. Thank you. I really appreciate that because there are some clubs that don't return my phone calls anymore.
Oh, that'll never happen here.
I'm just kidding. That's not true.
Well, I will tell you
Thank
that
you very much.
Rocky, I do not have goats. I do not have chickens. I try to garden, but I usually fail. Except for the fact that Christine provides me with fertilizer from her goats every year. So that's the only reason sometimes it does okay. But I also cannot knit or crochet or make my own honey, or the other billion crafts she does. So I've already failed. So yeah.
Looking forward to it.
But I'll tell you, what was it? The January PELS in-person meeting, Christine was at the meeting and paid attention and contributed while knitting a pair of mittens because she had lost her mittens. I can't meet that. I'm sorry. I just can't. So
Hopefully she didn't lose her kittens too.
Yeah, I know. I kept doing that too. Yeah, I kept doing that. So,
I'm
but
allergic to kittens, but not mittens, just to be clear.
and beef and no. Poor Christine. All right, well, before I run off on you guys, which I'm really sad, but I'm gonna stay logged in. I'm just gonna turn off my audio and visual. So if anything like crazy comes up that I can answer and I'm in between test cases, I may pop back in. What I'm gonna do is first of all, I'm gonna drop in the chat the master schedule. You guys can download it. And also just to mention that you will be getting a document that I'm drafting right now, and I'm hoping to get out over the weekend, but this will go to every participant. You'll be getting something called Know Before You Go, an email with a lot of information. So make sure you read that, please. That'll have some useful information, but just a couple points and Christina will say this because I sent it to her. Let's see. I'm just going to touch on transportation, Christine. I'll hit that one just because I just want to just clarify some of my comments. A lot of you are staying at the DoubleTree, like half of the participants are staying at DoubleTree, the offsite hotel. And the reason for that is the Sheraton is under renovation. They had very limited number of rooms at the Sheraton. In particular, there's only like 40 rooms there, and there should be like 200. So that's why so many people are off site. So the shuttle service is very limited as well, because kind of late in the game, we found out they only have one 8-person shuttle. So my apologies for that, first of all. That was a kind of surprise. But anyways, point being, we're going to ask people on Friday if you wouldn't mind carpooling with folks, if you can, or driving over to the Sheraton. But certainly the shuttle will run before breakfast and after dinner to get you there and back. It'll also run between like 4 and 6. There'll be some downtime during that time, so if people want to go back and forth to get ready for dinner. But between you and I think you'll probably be more comfortable if you have your vehicle or if you carpool with somebody else. It'll just probably make your life easier. And then on Saturday morning, I would almost 100% tell you want to check out before breakfast and then drive your own vehicle over to the Sheraton, because checkout time is noon at the DoubleTree, and that's about the same time we're wrapping up. And then you'll be going home straight from there. So it'll just make things easier logistically. So sorry, these are things that happen in my brain that I think about. So does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions on that?
No.
Okay. And then as far as arriving Thursday, I would
get ready for your meeting. I have all of this. I will have nothing left to say if you keep going.
No, this is my last point. This is my last point. It's just on transportation. I'm just hitting transportation. Then the rest of it is, yeah. So my last point is on Thursday, you probably want to come register first and then hit the hotel and get comfortable. And well, I don't know, do whatever you want. Registration, hotel, get settled at the hotel, then come to the meet and greet, then go to dinner. Well, you guys can figure it out. You're smart folks. But if you need anything, you'll have my cell phone number. I would be the person to contact anyways, and I'll get that to you in the Know Before You Go email. Okay.
So April, if there's a question that I need an answer to, if you could just keep your phone near you, I will send you a text.
Yep. And
if you can just,
I'll be able to hear you guys.
Okay. You could just text me back though if you need to. So
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
either way. Cool.
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you guys. I really apologize, but as you know, sometimes I gotta get paid. I'm sorry. But you're the best. And I'll see you next week, and I'll try and pop in from time to time throughout the hour. Thank you.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
All right, everyone. So this is only to get you ready for pets. But if I could see just a show of hands, because I know Amanda, Randy, Brendan, Rocky, who else am I seeing? Hunter and a bunch of other people. Charlie have been to pets before. So if you have never been to pets or PELS, as we're calling it, raise your hand. If you have never been. Okay, so we have a few. Okay. How many of you have only been in the past 2 years when we were at the other hotel? Nobody? Only Rocky. You were only in Newton?
Yeah, I was in Newton last year, right? Yeah. Is that
Yes,
your
it was
question?
the past 2 years in Newton, because the Sheraton
Right.
um was under renovation and we couldn't use it. So the cost was much more. It was not a great setup. It was very spread out in Newton. We had to literally go pretty far to get from our rooms. So the great thing about the Sheraton, for those of you that don't know, is it's much more compacted as far as getting to your sessions. And it's a little more intuitive than it was in Newton, where if you didn't go down the right stairway, you literally couldn't get there from here because there was like an expansion area. So our ambassadors will be stationed um, at every hotel check-in from 3 to 5 on Thursday. So whether you are off-site at the Hilton or whether you are at Fairfield or the Sheraton, there will be ambassadors there to greet you and give you the skinny, and to answer your questions. And those are all our DGND, so District Governor Nominee Designates. I, when asked by Joe Mueller, he's still here, there he is, his recommendation, what I said is, if you have time and you're staying at the Hilton, the DoubleTree, then I would recommend coming to the Sheraton to register for getting your registration for the conference and checking in, then going back to the DoubleTree where you can settle in, change whatever, and come back for dinner and or take the shuttle. They do have hospitality suites in the evenings. There's a bar, all of that. But again, you can do whatever is best for you. But I like to have time to kind of relax and unpack and get ready, but that's totally up to you. So during the day, you will move session to session, and there's coffee breaks and all of that. And there's going to be a Russell Hampton is there. It's a Rotary vendor, and they sell all sorts of Rotary stuff and swag. And there's a Club Runner booth there if you want to ask questions about Club Runner. And there's also going to be a tech area where you will be able to get guidance in in Club Central and those kinds of things. Check out the Learning Center if you need those kinds of helps. There's going to be people available to you for that. But there is plenty of guidance day to day. Now, in the past, if you remember, we used different apps for the schedules and all sorts of things. Well, we do have WhatsApp, but your personal schedule, whether you're an AG or whether you are an incoming president, your schedule is actually going to be printed on the back of your badge. So you don't have to like be fiddling with your phone. For me, it's glasses are off and on, trying to see things or not fall down the stairs. But your actual schedule is going to be on the back of your badge. Okay. So that is super, super important that you understand that. And April, I know you're sending me messages, but I didn't get there yet. So during the day you want to be comfortable, you want to have comfortable shoes for walking. We say that it's a come as you are. So whatever you can be comfortable in to be learning during the day, I think that's important, that you are not worried about if your belt is too tight or you don't, you're cold or hot or whatever. Just be comfortable. um I do need to let you know that for the evening meals, many people do like to get dressed up. Okay. You can do that or not do that. But it we are on Friday night, there will be a class picture, um, district by district, with the incoming Rotary International President Mario from Brazil. So you can decide what you want to look like for that picture. Um, that's up to you. But many people, if you, especially if you've been before, do know that they do like to get dressed up at night, but you don't have to do that. You absolutely need to bring a laptop or tablet or some type of electronic device. A lot of times the instructors will be offering you information that way, and you need to access your educational material. So um, you can do it on your phone if that's what you do. I know personally the phone is way too small for me to be able to really focus on anything. Um, and the Wi-Fi has significantly improved at the Sheraton since we were there years ago, where, it was not good. So please bring some type of device for you to do that. And we're also going to be working with you to enter your goals into Club Central um, during the first district breakout. So in the past, we've kind of gone over that and we've sent you on your way and asked you to do it. But oftentimes doesn't get done. And where people are asking lots of questions over many months trying to get that done. So April, in her wise way, has said that, you know what, we're going to do that as part of PETS, which is the right way to do it as far as I'm concerned. Um, Actually, I do want to do one little introduction. Christy Bowden, who is from the Amherst Rotary Club. She's right there on your screen. So as many of you know, Art Lebdell has been confirmed as our district governor nominee designate. He will follow not only April, but also EJ, who EJ Nefsey from the Stafford Club will be Art, who will be the district governor nominee July 1. And so that means we needed to find a new assistant district governor to cover Area 2. And that is Christy Bowden, who has stepped up to fill that role. Area 2 is, if in case you're here from Area 2, that is, of course, Amherst, Northampton, Franklin County, East Hampton, Chicopee, and Holyoke. So Christy will have those clubs as assistant governor. So for UAGs, Justin, Brendan, Hunter, Adele that are here as AGs, welcome Christy to your assistant governor into the fold for that. So when you should get there, if at all possible, registration at the Sheraton opens at 3. That is when you can officially check in and register for PELS. Now, our district is having a meet and greet from 4 to 5 on Thursday. Okay. That is just for our district, for anybody that comes, AGs, president-elects, everybody probably except me because I'll be so busy. So we'd love to have you there. I know some people arrive later because of work, but if there's any way that you can get there for that, that would be perfect. It's a great way to get to know some people in the district. Natalie, I'm so jealous of you wrapped in that blanket right now.
It's actually a shawl. It's really, my daughter gave it to me.
My slippers are downstairs and my feet are cold. So we would love to have you at the district meet and greet. District Governor Vin will be there, as well as April, myself, EJ, Art, all the AGs, and all of you. So it's kind of great. Outside of the ballroom area will be a cocktail hour from 6 p.m. if you choose to be there for that. It is a cash bar. So if to join. And then the educational session, which is also the dinner in the big room, as we say, in the ballroom, starts at 7 promptly. Now, one very important thing, it's the ambassador's job to be at the doors of the banquet room to ensure that everybody has paid for pets and has their badges. So if you go back to your hotel to change for dinner or whatever, and you do not have your badge, we can't let you in. So please be sure to have your badge with you at all times, so that, because, it could be me and I could say, well, I know Rocky is supposed to be in there, but we have 3 doors with 6 2 ambassadors at each door. We need to make sure that everybody is supposed to be there. So please make sure you keep your badge with you, especially for the meal times. That is absolutely most important. We'll be stationed even at the buffets to make sure that only our people are getting fed. So with that said, the plenary session or the speaker will be right afterwards, and this is an official learning session and part of the curriculum. So we absolutely, if nothing else, if you cannot get there until it's time to walk into dinner on Thursday night, please be there for that. Marlene.
Would you like us to have our laptop that night as well at the dinner?
So I don't believe that you need your laptops at the dinners, but you will definitely need them Friday and Saturday for your learning sessions. Yep. So what I do personally is I have a tablet in my bag for the dinners in case I want to take a note, but I use my laptop for everything else. That's just how I do it. Because again, for me, the phone is too small. Um, Alrighty. And again, your official schedules will be printed on the back of your badge. Now, April has already talked about the DoubleTree, the Hilton DoubleTree, if you are staying off campus. So I
Christine?
do want to let you know that whereas the shuttle is very small, there is a shuttle. And because I'm telling you this because there are hospitality suites that are hosted by the different districts. If you've never been to a hospitality suite, basically it's a hotel room with snacks and drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, where you can simply socialize. There's no program. It's a great way to meet different people in a more relaxed manner and exchange ideas. Charlie, you had your hand up. Do you have a
Yeah,
question?
I missed something. You said that after the 6 o'clock hospitality, dinner starts at 7. Is that a working dinner? Or is there something after the dinner?
So the dinner is the plenary starts immediately following the dinner. Actually, usually they start at around dessert. You're in the same room,
Okay.
all that, but it is part of the learning and it's part of the curriculum.
So
It's actually the curriculum, Charlie. It's not a normal plenary. It's not a speaker. It is a surprise, but it's
Oh.
a working dinner, yes. But it's a fun working dinner and after dinner.
So I heard
Program.
someone ask if we should bring our laptops to dinner, and I didn't hear the answer to that question.
So what I
No,
No?
no, you don't need it. Have your phone in case you want to take a note here or there,
Okay.
but really it's more about you interacting and getting as much as you can from the program.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
and what I mentioned was I personally leave a tablet in my bag, which is much smaller, for those things and to take notes because again, I can't. The phone's too small for me. But I was not recommending that you need a laptop for the evening programs.
I got a question.
Who said that?
Rocky.
Oh, Rocky, go ahead. Sorry.
So I don't recall how much parking is at the Framingham Sheridan, but
So,
is it as much as it was in Newton or less?
so
What,
it
way
is.
more,
Way
way
more.
more.
So
Okay.
it's way more rocky, but it's spread out around the building. So
Yeah.
when you go into the driveway, and it'll say Sheraton to the right and Fairfield into the left. So when you go in, if you're going to pull right up to check in and unload, that parking lot does not appear to have a ton of parking, but there are buildings all around, and you can literally park anywhere around that area.
Okay.
So it's a little bit deceiving, but there's a ton of parking and much, much more than there was in Newton.
Perfect. Okay.
Just don't get deceived by the look of it.
Is this the Sheridan that looks like a castle?
Yes, the Sheridan
Okay,
Framingham
then
is where
All right.
all of the classes are being held there. There are some people who are staying there. Some people are staying at the Fairfield and some are staying at the Hilton, the DoubleTree. You guys are the DoubleTree people are the only ones that get a warm cookie when they check in. So the rest of us don't. So I'll tell you something from an ambassador point of view. Ambassadors will have a printed list of frequently asked questions. They will also have a paper map of the overview. So if you can't find your breakout room, they can absolutely show you exactly where to go. If you can't find the bathroom, they can show you exactly where to go. That's their job, is to be like some of us have sergeants at arms, right, at our clubs. That's their job. Across from the ballroom will be the lost and found, and there'll be a huge lost and found sign, which is the ambassador's room. The lost and found will be announced every meal, every lunch and dinner. And so we have it pretty well kept. We'll also have a small amount of supplies. The hotel always has pens and pads and all of that. But we'll have, if you need a Band-Aid, right? The ambassadors room will have, like small first aid type stuff. And we'll be taking care of all of that. But the ambassadors really are your first line of if you get confused or have a question when you're there, that you can ask. And for a lot of you who know me personally, I mean, I'm going to have my phone. I'm sure Joe will Facebook me at least once or text me asking a question, and that's fantastic. For
Definitely. Thank you.
you can you can absolutely and Amanda, like right, just I'll be having my phone on me if you need something or whatever. I think I have Christy on speed dial, and Brendan and Randy Saboski, I absolutely do. But we're there to help you. And again, the layout of this facility is much more compact. You're going to put a lot less miles on than we have these past couple of years on your body. It's a much more friendly place. And the breakout rooms in this particular facility are actual rooms. I know last year we had problems with sound because there were big rooms that were like cut up by those cheesy wall, what are accordion walls or whatever they call them. But the Sheraton's older, so even though it's been renovated, the rooms are actually rooms. And some of the breakout sessions only hold like 10 or 12 people. So this isn't going to be like being in a in most of your normal sessions, it's not going to be these humongous groups, right? There's going to be a chance for everybody to ask a question, raise their hand, that sort of thing. Ask us anything. I've been to 14 pets and 12 of them were at Framingham. So I can literally answer, and I will be also a person in a yellow vest the whole time. Anything you want to know, anything at all? No, you're all ready to go. You're just ready for sleep. Now, how many, actually, I'd like to see a show of hands. How many of you are Encore presidents that I don't already know? So we have a lot of first-time presidents. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Okay, excellent. So I'll give you my personal point of view. One of the reasons I interviewed to be assistant ambassador was because I could get to go to pets. I'm no longer an assistant governor. I'm not going to be probably president of my club again. We've only had a second time president twice in 108 years. So my chances of being president again are not huge. But it's all about the people, right? So if you look at the names on your screen right now and you make a note of these are the people I want to hang out with, that's okay. But this is 7 districts. I think we have almost, April, 300 presidents almost? Right?
Yeah, it's between 250 and 300,
Okay.
somewhere around there.
So my advice to you is that, you can come to district training assembly, you can come to district conference, you can visit each other's clubs. But truthfully, you're not going to be able to visit the president of the club in Quebec, likely, right? Unless you're on vacation. So it is about the people. The best learning, in my opinion, is from each other. So please take advantage of this time for me without making dinner, trying to do laundry, making sure my kid gets picked up, making sure the chickens are fed, and the maple syrup buckets are emptied every day. It's about the people, it's about each other. So please, please, please take advantage of that. I can't stress how beneficial that can be to your presidency, to your club, especially clubs that operate kind of in snow globes of their community, right? Some people that will never get out of that room where you have lunch, dinner, or breakfast. Amanda, East Hampton has still not set up Vin's visit. I have emailed Susan 3 times. Can you get on that for me?
I will work on it.
Yeah, because you never set up a visit with me last year and you're 8 miles from my house.
I, I will tell her.
I drove to Watertown twice. But I could just put it in neutral at the top of the mountain and end up at your club. Anything at all. Well, I most certainly don't want to keep you because we all have other things we'd rather be doing, such as nothing. Um, so Rocky, if you could stay on for a minute at the end, I have a question for you specifically, which has nothing to do with this, by the way.
Well,
April, do you want
I
to
have
do
a
a
question right now.
Rocky, yes.
Okay. I feel a little bit awkward about asking this question, but I'd like to hear a little bit more about what's on the program for Thursday night, if April has any more information about it. She said it was DEI-ish, I think is what you said at the last session. I just feel awkward because I've heard so many of these talks. Seems like it's the same thing over and over again. And I'm actually not staying overnight. I'm driving up there. I'm trying to make a decision. Should I drive up there Thursday? I've heard this speech many, many times. What's the night going to be about? Thursday night?
It's nothing you've heard before. I can guarantee you of that. It's interactive and if you want it to be. So it's not about DEI. All right. So it's about making Rotary available to everyone. Okay. So a lot of people talk about DEI and it's like, okay, well, how do we get this group involved and this group involved and that group involved? We're focusing more on belonging. Okay. Making people a part of our group as opposed to just inviting them in. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So, and it will be interactive if you choose to interact. Part of belonging is giving people the space to participate when they wish or not. So no one should feel uncomfortable at any time. Unless it's a good uncomfortable, like, you know, you're uncomfortable and uncomfortable is okay when it makes you think, but uncomfortable, you should not feel uncomfortable like, oh, I don't want to be here. Kind of uncomfortable. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but it will be interactive. It will be the other DGs and I will be sharing very personal information, I'm sure. So, but that's our choice. So, and we'll be part of that. But it is a part of the curriculum. So, you know, it's important. We feel it's very important that everyone try to be there if they can. And we're trying to make it so it's not boring. It's not canned. It's not something you've ever seen before, certainly.
Thank you. Okay. I'll
Okay.
make the
hope
trip there. It's only 40 minutes from my house. So
Oh,
I'm not staying overnight.
so Rocky,
Okay.
I'm going to give you a little. I had to interview to be an ambassador, right? And one of the things I did, and many of you've all met me at some point, is that in my interview, I told them everything I thought was wrong with Northeast Pets in my experience. Okay. Which apparently made me the first candidate they wanted because these district governor elects, of which April's class are, had a lot of, and I don't mean to say the word issues, whatever, because I've always loved pets, but that this is a different time and things have to be handled differently, right? In order to engage you guys to want to come, Encore presidents, all of that. And they've done a really fantastic job of planning a time where you all get the information that you need, but making sure that it is relevant, exciting, fun, and engaging. And oftentimes, again, you know, it's not. That's all I can say.
You're being honest. Yeah.
More than anything, you should come away. And well, everyone says inspired, right? That's overused. But more a part of Rotary, the larger Rotary world. And excited about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All righty. Any questions? So we are not at Pets for another week, but that doesn't mean that you cannot message April at any time when you're driving or in the shower and all of a sudden 5 questions come to you, because that's when I do my best thinking. So you can, and I'm sure April wouldn't mind if you message me if it's that type of question. It's April's PELS. It's hers because she is training the people that will be officers July 1 when she takes office. But I am, of course, always open to anybody contacting me or whatever, especially East Hampton if it's to schedule a visit. Well, April, if nobody has questions, I see no hands up on either screen. Then we will say everybody except Rocky can go. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
I've
Thank
got
you.
Oh,
one
I'm
quick
sorry, we
one.
have a question. We do have a question.
Yeah, this is all very new to me.
Oh, Gary.
Christine, you, when I say new, when you mentioned goals, never heard a word about it before. It's been kind of quiet in our club the last couple of years. Christine knows. And I'm trying to snap that out of it and get in on the right path. So who would I talk to about, setting the goals and writing, getting them on paper? Is there going
If
to be a
you
class on that?
there is going to be a oh, sorry, go ahead, April.
Yeah, no, what I was gonna say is, this weekend, when I send you that email, I'm also gonna send you a template with
Okay.
instructions on how, or thoughts around how to start thinking about your goals.
Thank
Okay? And then when we get together on Friday, we're gonna start putting them into Rotary Club Central together.
Okay.
But you'll have an opportunity to think about them for a few days before you do. And if you leave on Friday and you haven't entered all the goals you want to enter, that's okay. The real purpose of doing it together is so everyone walks away knowing how to do it.
That's what I need.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
And of course, moving forward, we are still available to help you with that after PELS. We're not going anywhere. Charlie and then Christy.
I have
Well,
a
you and I have seen it. We've met a few times, Christine.
Yes, we have.
So
I have a
Don't
question.
worry about it,
thank you.
Charlie.
Thank you.
I mean, setting goals is good, but shouldn't you get your club involved?
Absolutely.
I can't see going up there next Friday and trying to set a bunch of goals for.
Yep.
people who
Charlie,
are-
you're absolutely right. I
Yeah.
know exactly where you're going. You're 100% right. And that's why you can change your goals until the end of next year. So what you're doing is you're setting a starting point for yourself. And then you're
All right.
going to adjust your goals and adjust your goals and adjust your goals. And that's okay.
Okay.
So
So, Charlie,
Yeah.
if you say that you want, like you as incoming president set some goals, right? You want to
Mhm.
make sure you say have 3 service projects, right? Well, maybe your club gets on a roll and you've adopted another one. You can go in and make that a 4. In our club, we make our foundation commitment, what the president thinks the club will give to the Rotary Foundation. But some years they go in and they up the goal because we're doing better than we thought. So these are not something that little monks are chiseling in stone. These are little, goals for you to set. And I say, yes, you should involve your club, but there is nothing wrong. Sorry, April, forgive me if I'm overstepping this. There is
No,
nothing
please.
wrong with you setting your goals, right? And then going to your board and saying, after PELS, these are some goals that I think our club could achieve. Can we look at them together and you let me know? Because if you personally in my club, a very old club of 48 people, everybody wants a say in the goal. We would never get the goals in. We just never would because everybody has an opinion. So we in our club, we ask the president to do it at PELS or PETS beforehand, right? And then bring it to the first board meeting before the changing of the guard, where the board reviews the goals and maybe does make some changes, but they get done almost every single year in that model. And it's just because everybody has an opinion.
Okay.
Okay.
This question's for Brendan because he's in my club. Brendan, do you think we could spend some time before PELS sitting down because I really haven't been too involved in understanding what the goals were. I don't think any goals were set for our club last year. And I want to make sure I understand what each one is and how we might be able to achieve them. That's all. I know you've been around for a long time, Brendan, and we both have, but you've been involved a whole lot more than me. So maybe we can spend some time.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're gonna get a dose of that when we go to PELS. We're gonna find out where to go. Where do you set these goals? What are reasonable goals? We'll get April as our incoming district governor. She's gonna maybe have some goals herself that we want to think about in terms of like membership. I know this current year our goal, each club was goals that try to have +2 as their net growth goal for members. I don't know if everyone on this call knows that, but that's what the goal was that the district governor Vin put out to everybody. So we'll see, and and I'll be glad to help you. Glad to help you.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's your AGs are going to be there to help you guys. Please ask them. Please stay in touch with them. Communication is important. Respond to their emails. If they don't hear from you, then they're going to assume you're all set. You don't need anything, which is we don't want to do that. But I can tell you from experience, I've had clubs in the past where I've sent dozens of emails with no response, and then to find out that they've moved their location, they've changed presidents without telling anybody. Things like that have happened. So please try to stay in touch with your AGs. We want to be in touch with you, but we can only, we can only do so much. So thanks.
Yeah. And I do say you all have one assistant district governor. They have multiple clubs.
Right.
So, Marlene.
I wanted to see the goals in the past. I'm like playing with Club Runner. I'm not sure where to access them so that I have an idea of what maybe was some of the goals in the past. And
want to talk to that guy? Since I'm already
sure, if you like.
Yeah, you're going to see this, and I don't want to. You're going to see this coming up. Your goals are actually set in My Rotary. That's where. So we have Club Runner, and then we have My Rotary. Those are the two platforms that we use in Rotary. So Club Runner is kind of your communication tool. It's your club's website, if you will. It's a place where you put new member information in. It's how you communicate. Rotary International communicates with My Rotary. So that's you're gonna go into that. We're gonna make sure everyone has a way to sign into that. If you're a member of Rotary, you can access it. And as presidents, you're gonna have special access where you can actually put goals in. You'll see previous goals from last year if they were done, and we're going to help you through the various areas. Is that enough, Christine? Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's right. I just want to make it clear to people that you can only see the goal center at rotary.org going to My Rotary. You can't see it at District 7890. You can't see it at your club's website. You can only see that at rotary.org. And then in the upper right, after you're logged in, it will say My Rotary. You click there, and it brings you into a whole new world.
Club Central, it's called.
Club Central, yes. You can see it in My Rotary. Yeah, yes, thank you, Club Central.
Yes, and we talked about this last time, but if you haven't yet, please make sure you can access Club Runner and myrotary.org. You have a valid login for those two sites before you come to PELS.
And if you think you don't, you do. If you're a member, you can click on forgot username, click on forgot password. Once you will look yourself up, and then you will be given a new login if you don't have one or have never had one or used one. And if you need help, you could reach out. You just ask us beforehand. Christina.
If our club doesn't use Club Runner, we use DACB.
Your DACDB? Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I logged into My Rotary and was able to navigate that, but it seemed to be
That's fine.
So I don't know if that's
you
don't use Club Runner or
you can still then you can go to Rotary District 7890.org and log into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adele is suggesting that people may want to, if they can, go find Club Central, the goal center, to print out a copy of the goals and bring them with you if you or look at them as or download them. Or I mean, I know paper is not good. I do recycle. Actually, I compost. I like to have paper. I just do. But however you want to do that, if you want to download them and look at them in advance, Speak to maybe a couple key members of your club. Again, it doesn't always help to ask everybody. You can bring that with you if you want to be a little bit prepared, but you don't have to be. You don't have to be. That's what we're here for. Joe, were you going to say something a little bit ago?
No, sorry.
No, that's okay. No. Christy.
This is coming in out of left field, but I have a laptop, but it doesn't hold a charge very well. Are there a lot of outlets available?
There are, and it's much, much better than it was. There are a lot of outlets. Yes, because I have my travel laptop is similar.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Mine too.
Yeah. Anything at all that you can think of now? No. Again, we have a week. You know how to find April. You have any questions at all? She's your first point of contact because she is district governor-elect. But of course, if you want to reach out to me too, of course, I'll be there to help you every step of the way. All right. Well, April, do you have any closing remarks?
Yes. I would like to say thank you again for taking on this role. It is the most important role in Rotary, and I'd like to thank you for letting me serve you. And again, you will have my number very shortly when I send out that email. It will be in there. And come to me with anything, but more importantly, get to know one another, and don't be afraid to lean on each other for support. And again, your AGs as well, Brendan, thank you for reiterating that fact. They're there as your first line of defense, or not defense, but first line of support. So, and they're wonderful. They're all awesome. So thank you. And I will see you in what, exactly a week? Exactly a week. So, or no, a week and a few hours. Let's not quibble over details. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great week.
Bye.
Have a great night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Christine, I'm hanging on for you.
Okay, it'll be quick. So it's
Take your time.
we have our next environmental committee meeting on March 25th. It's a Tuesday evening at 7.
Okay.
Now we're planning our first year project as the water cleanup, the river cleanup in the fall. But we are looking to hear different things throughout the year because we ultimately want to kind of be a source of, like, we're not going to be doing all the projects, the committee, but we want to be like the hub of information for clubs.
Okay.
Would you be willing to speak to the club about what you've done with Operation Pollination and
Sure.
and that sort of thing at that meeting?
Yeah. What time?
It's 7 I'm going to send out the invitation tomorrow officially with the link and then reminders, but it's the Tuesday the 25th at 7 p.m. We do 1 hour and 15 minutes. And really we're done in an hour, but I have a little buffer because sometimes we sit and chat at the end or whatever. But
Okay.
can
Sure.
you do that? You're
Absolutely.
available? Awesome. And thank you very much for your kind words.
Well,
It means a lot.
you mean a lot to us. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll see you in a week and 1 day.
Okay. Great. Take care.
All right, April, we are done.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Christine. You're the best.
You're very welcome. See you Saturday.
Okay. Bye.